Hey everybody, Tony D with another hot take. This one on, well, I guess you'd say it's on Democrats, but been looking up places where these incidents happen, where things seem to get out of hand, and you find a lot of Democrats. Most recent incident in Albuquerque, you got the New Mexico governor. She's a Democrat. Got the mayor of Albuquerque. He's also a Democrat. Why didn't the mayor of Albuquerque send cops to have those protesters leave the statue alone? I mean, he is the mayor. He could have that statue removed. There's a process. So could the governor. Instead, they allow these incidents. Why? Got to ask yourself, why did they allow this to happen? The government of Pennsylvania has also been criticized for their lockdowns. And, of course, the mayor of Philadelphia, super progressive guy. And he's presided over a city that's rioted. Why would you riot against him if his progressive ideals are so wonderful? Why didn't he fix the police when he got into office if they're so bad? And he supports you, rioters and protesters. I don't think anybody wants Jim Kenney. I think they need somebody further left, these woke morons. That's the party they should start. The party of woke. The woke party. Start that. And you could suck in all these woke idiots off of Twitter. You've got the governor of Minnesota, which contains, of course, Minneapolis, and home of Mayor Jacob Fry. How's he doing? How's he doing politically? Are you able to see these pictures? Probably not. Let me adjust. Let me adjust here. There we go. I think that's a better situation, maybe. Let's close this. So yeah. It seems like the Democrats have all the problems. And these are actually the Democratic Farmer Labor Party, which I guess is different. I don't really see these guys helping the farmers much, do you? I don't think Minneapolis really helped the farmers in their big rioting, burning down the town. Of course, you got Texas trying to turn blue. Cities are blue. This is the Dallas mayor. And it's got a Republican governor. He's partly responsible, too. But Dallas has had a ton of problems. Why hasn't this guy fixed it? Why hasn't he fixed those problems? Why don't his solutions work? Why is there supposedly still a racist police force, allegedly, in Dallas, if you have a progressive serving and he's African American? Same thing in Atlanta. Got an African American mayor of Atlanta. You just recently had yet another killing. Now, I happen to think that the cops in that instance acted justifiably. I don't think they should be prosecuted, but where's the support for the cops? They're charging them with second-degree murder. I don't think they could possibly be convicted on that for what they did, based on the video I saw. And does the mayor of Atlanta want people to fall asleep in drive-thrus? Is she okay with suspects taking weapons off of cops and running away? Is she okay with that? I mean, a man who was probably inebriated, running away from the cops and going into a neighborhood with a taser. Does that sound something you want? Something that you'd be okay your kids to run into? That guy? Governor of California, of course. He is very much a Democrat. Keeping his state very closed. Very woke. Haven't heard too much about him, though. But, Democrats have controlled California for a long, long time. Eric Garcetti, mayor of Los Angeles. Los Angeles has big problems. It's been controlled by Democrats for years. Why isn't it fixed? They've got all of Hollywood is in California. You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. People celebrities who supposedly care about all these poor people, why can't they fix it in their own city? You'd think every homeless person, every drug addict, every person who was in Los Angeles would be taken care of, but they're not. Hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars flow through California. How is it you can't even solve the problems in your own backyard? And yet, every celebrity is lecturing us night and day that, we have to do something. Why don't you do something in your own backyards? Have you ever been to Los Angeles? Have you been on the streets in Los Angeles and the number of homeless people? If every celebrity who could afford it in California donated $1 million, you'd have hundreds of millions of dollars to build a massive skyscraper of a homeless shelter with free food, free showers, free electricity. You could do everything. But you don't believe in any of that. You want other people to do it. No one's doing anything. And the problem just gets worse every year. It's as worse as it's ever been. How can you blame that on Trump? Lori Lightfoot of Chicago. I mean, Chicago, most other cities are kind of dirty. Her city isn't that dirty. I've been there a few times. But my God, the amount of shootings there. They have some of the tightest gun control in the world. And yet, there's constantly people being shot. Why? Why hasn't her policies worked? Why has it only made things worse? Why is she protesting with Black Lives Matter when she is part of the problem? She supports Black Lives Matter, and yet she is directly responsible for a city that she can't get under control. She can't stop this. She has the power, and yet she doesn't use it. She doesn't use it to stop any of this. Same thing with the governor of Illinois. New Jersey has corrupt politicians, but we can't hold a candle to Chicago. You guys are the masters of corrupt politicians. My God. Rahm Emanuel, under his watch, I believe he was the governor, right? He was the governor of Chicago before Lori, I guess. Yeah. Under Rahm Emanuel, they had their own version of Guantanamo Bay. The police did. Think about that. They had a facility. Nobody could find it. If you were a lawyer and your client went there, you couldn't find him. The cops wouldn't tell you where he was. They kept people there. They tortured him. It's a huge scandal. Rahm Emanuel served out his term. And they elected yet another Democrat, another person in his party. Why is she any different? Oh, and this one I got to tell you, this is amazing to me. Oh, I must have closed the window. Okay. This is my second take, actually. So, here's an example, one of many in New Jersey. This is Frank Gilliam. He used to be the mayor of Atlantic City. And Atlantic City had one small riot during this turbulent time. But listen to the record of this guy. And this is mostly before he got elected. In 1997, an Atlantic City woman sought a restraining order against Gilliam when the two were dating in college. The document stated the court found good cause to believe that Williams, the woman, life, health, and well-being have been and are endangered by Gilliam's acts of violence. This guy got elected mayor to Atlantic City. Now, he was only 27 at the time this all happened, so maybe you could say he reformed. But in 2010, the councilman at large, Gilliam, allegedly assaulted a man for walking too close to his car. This is on Wikipedia, so could be totally false, but I doubt it. In November of 2018, Mayor Gilliam, and he was mayor, and Atlantic City Councilman Jeffrey Fauntleroy were involved in a physical altercation outside the Golden Nugget Haven nightclub. Surveillance video captured the mayor exchanging punches with a man while the councilman wrestled another person to the ground. Democrats one Atlantic City mayor and councilman out of office without pay. And they eventually got their wish because in December of the same year, the FBI and IRS agents raided Gillen's home, removing computer equipment and boxes. On October 3rd, 2019, Gillen pleaded guilty to wire fraud after stealing $87,000 from a youth basketball team he founded, the Atlantic City Stars. He resigned as mayor that afternoon, effective immediately, and was succeeded by council president Marty Small, who was elected basically by the council. And there's no picture of him yet. He hasn't done anything, I guess, crazy enough to warrant a Wikipedia page yet. Let's hope he's the first honest mayor of Atlantic City, because it's just been one disaster after another in Atlantic City. And most of them Democrats, I believe. Yeah. I mean, these two guys were Democrats. And so if you look at the list of the top 50 cities, largest cities in the United States, you can see blue, blue, blue. Most of them are all Democrats. The top 6 cities are all run by Democrats: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, and Philadelphia. Then you get an independent in San Diego. Then you get a Republican independent in San Antonio, a Republican in San Diego. You ever been to San Diego? It's one of the cleanest cities I've ever been in. It's beautiful. You ever been to Philadelphia? Not so clean. Not so clean. Same thing with New York. New York is filthy. It's filthy. San Diego, you could eat off the sidewalk. It's beautiful. You got the Dallas mayor. Dallas had its problems during the riots. You got a Republican in Fort Worth. They had some issues. The Fort Worth police announced it wouldn't prosecute a lot of rioters who committed misdemeanors. So, but most of these are Democrats. There's 35 out of 50 Democrats. All the major cities. What does that tell you? They all have problems. They all have high crime. And they have these progressive ideas. And what does it get them? What does it get these people? Nothing. Gets them nothing. Gets us nothing. Where's the Seattle mayor? Let's look at her. She is, Seattle's pretty far down on the list. You got Portland. Portland's Democrat. I'm sure the Portland mayor is super woke. That's Woketown, USA right there. Oh, man. Seattle mayor? I have to look her up. She's not in the top 50? I could have sworn she was on this list. Oh, there she is. Jenny Durkin. There she is. And, she supports the Chaz. Supports, people going in and just commandeering a part of her city. They've got no permits. They drove the police out. The police abandoned the area. They've committed multiple crimes. And yet she not only didn't do anything about it, she encourages this. And the people of the Chaz don't support her back. They want her out of office. That's just stupidity on its face. That's just dumb. I could almost understand it to some degree if the people in the Chaz were like, "Yay, Mayor Durkin, you're great." But they're not. They want her gone. They want to defund the cops and get rid of her. There's another, believe it or not, even further left person in the city council who probably is trying to get her job. Like a hardcore socialist. I forget what her name is. And these people just live in a bubble. They don't understand what's going on. They're so tone deaf for their own party. Nothing their party does seems to warrant an eyebrow raise. Anything. So I think you'd have to be insane to vote for any of these people. If you truly believe that police are brutal, they're racist in these cities, well, then why would you vote for these people? This is where all the troubles happen. New York, Philly, Chicago, Los Angeles. I didn't hear anything about San Diego, Seattle, Portland. problems. Not San Diego, but maybe there was something. So I don't know why you would vote for these people. Even if you're a Democrat, you know, just voting left. You know, Democrats used to make fun of Republicans who just blindly voted red. Now the shoe's on the other foot. You've got these people so ensconced in their ideological bubble, so afraid of Trump. You know, just because you don't like Trump and you're not going to vote for him doesn't mean your local government can't do something for you. There's plenty of independents in local government. You got 2 city mayors that are independents. At least try. At least threaten not to vote for the Democrats. Make them do something for your vote, for Christ's sake. Well, this is why I don't live in a major city. F that.